Akademiks. Can't run away.
Yo, chat, pretty much. So today, Young Miami tweeted at me. Young Miami actually tweeted at me today, and her tweet said, "Let's do Caresha Please Season 2 Academics. I would love a sit down from my POV. Everyone POV is important." I responded back to her. I said, "I'm down." And she then said, "Hey, by the way, we started DMing, and I'm 100% going to do this." Now, there's a few, I know there's some obvious questions. I've seen a lot of people say, "Yo, Ak, you're getting set up, this, that, and third." And it led me to wonder if y'all haven't seen the content and the type of stuff I've been doing this entire time during my career. I've sat down with more dangerous people than Young Miami. Okay, I've sat down with killers. Some of these people might be serial killers. I've sat down with a lot more dangerous people. And again, this came after when I watched what Joe said to her, and I had said a couple words to her afterwards. I really realized that we were talking past each other. We're talking about her career as a musician, and she keeps saying, "Y'all niggas sound like y'all hating because my career as an entrepreneur is doing really well." And we were talking past each other, and I was just like, yo, we could keep slam dunking on this young woman at this point, or I think the best way is like we just either ignore her, and I guess she'll ignore, whoever, or we just talk to her. So I actually suggested that she talked to either or sat down with me or Joe, because I think we're making the same point. Hey, we believe there's a little bit of a lack of passion. We believe you're in your own way, and the way the music has shaped up is by your own doing. She's saying, "No, I made a lot out of this. Music wasn't giving much money. I sold candles, thongs, this, that, and third, and blah, 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 blah." And I realized we just weren't on the same page. So anyway, I told her I'm down. I get it. Some of y'all think, yo, this is the back door. I've went to sit with actual dangerous people. I'm not shook at all. Like, to be honest, and here's the funny part that people were so shocked. Y'all do know, I mean, not anymore, right? Not any, like once he started doing the house shit with me, like me and him, we couldn't. I'm good. But y'all do know for years, if Meek had tweeted, "Yo, come sit down with me in Philly," I'm going, right? Like, yeah, which I think this is. Like, you think I'm thinking these motherfuckers gonna kill me, my nigga? Like, come on, bro. These are rappers, bro. Stop it. And yeah, I know they're gonna have people with them. Nigga, I'm bringing mad people with me too. Here's the thing, nigga. I was down to sit with Meek before he started doing the stuff with the crib shit. Like, at that point, I think he playing death games. I've been said that. If Lil Baby want to sit down with me, I sit down with him. Why not? What the fuck not? Like, y'all niggas be, yo, we've never seen none of these motherfuckers that y'all are scared of do anything scary to people. But y'all think that I'm like, oh my God. No, nigga, I'm gonna sit with Caresha. Probably gonna be a good episode. Whatever it's gonna be is gonna be. I'll match her energy. I'm gonna be honest with you. I know it's gonna be if it's her platform, it's gonna be a female-esque type of audience. I'm not going there to say fuck all y'all bitches. I'm going in there for understanding. So I will be going in hopefully with a mentality of, yeah, I'm gonna meet your energy, but I'm not going there to, be on some misogynist. No. Because like, I think this is also, truth be told, because I also seen people say this to me. Yo, Ak, she's trying to use it for class. No, I think this is a mutual exchange, to be honest. I think there's a huge audience of women who misunderstand me. Like, they only see me on Hollywood Talk, Hollywood Unlocked, the Neighborhood Talk, and Shade Room with a minute clip of me roasting somebody, so they have the opinion Ak is just this bully that is just hating on women. He dislikes women, right? They don't know that I kind of have the same perspective to men who do the same things. So the problem there is they've never heard me in long form have a conversation. So if this is the way that they could possibly hear me have a long form conversation, I'm down for it. So again, I don't think it's, oh yeah, none of that. You know what I mean? And also, I think this is a way for Caresha to, to clear up some of the misunderstandings. Because here's the thing, and by the way, I do not think she's ever been bullied by me. I don't think I've been bullied by her. Okay? She pops her shit, right? But a lot of times, I believe when people see the back and forth with her, a lot of people feel like, yo, this woman is just a woman that doesn't get it. Like she lacks the ability to understand and to reason, right? And I think her even, I 100% believe she heard my advice from the stream like 2 days ago, and she said, "All right, I'll say come on my show." I don't know if she expected me to say no, right? But all right, yeah, let's do it. And by the way, I'll tell you what that conversation's at. Um, she said, "Hey, what's up?" I said, "What's up?" She said, "Hey, I want you to come do the show." I said, "I'm down." I said, "Yo, I could do it. You give me a date after a particular date. I was like 2 weeks out because I have certain commitments. Just pick a date. I'm there. Like fuck it, let's do it. You get what I'm saying? And yeah, I'd be excited to and again, and that goes for another thing too, right? Like I think sometimes people really think like there's been name calling. Yeah, I might have said like, "Yo, you're a prostitute." She might have called me fat. She might have called whatever. But like, I've never met this woman. I've never harmed her, and she's never harmed me. Right? We've both kind of went at it. She said what she said. I've said what I've said. A lot of her audience like what she says. A lot of my audience agree with what I'm saying. Why not sit down with her? You get what I'm saying? It's like, bro, like, so I have no problem with sitting down with her. And, I think a good conversation should come out of this, right? I hope a good conversation comes out of this, right? And by the way, do I think I'm going to sit down with her and either or is just going to agree with each other? No. But at least on face value, and I'm just saying this, at least on face value, I'm thinking, all right, listen, I'm going to come into this that we're going to have a civil discussion. Now, granted, it might go left minute one. Minute one, it might be on some we shouting at each other, roasting. It might go left minute one, right? But I am going into that situation to be like this. I believe talking past each other doesn't help. I think that Caresha needs to, foster an environment where her point of view is understood. And I do believe for me, people should know that, like, yeah, while we've had some ad hominem attacks at each other, and it's gotten personal a bit, I'm not just here just to hate on her because she's a woman. That like, if you think like that, you're like remedial, right? Like, I'm the type of person who watches 6 hours of Drake just recording vocals, right? So it's like I'm a person who, I would have the same type of energy for other people. I mean, shit, I have had it for other people who are men. Most of them have just like fell out the spotlight though. I've kind of gotten that even ugly got about this about just, I call it laziness, but that's him just falling back. Shit, by the way, ugly got it. He wants to have a conversation soon. Yeah. So again, I think only good things could come from this. And at the very worst, get your popcorn. If it's a moment, it's a moment. Like if it's World War V and it's a moment, it's a moment. You know what I mean? After I've been doing this for 15 years. After having moments like whether awkward ones with like Jeezy or the Vic Mensa moment or the Migos moment. One thing I've learned in life is that don't turn the moment down. Like, don't turn it down because maybe you can't control the variables. Might go left. We might see that big back silver gorilla nigga, Saucy Santana, just charge onto the fucking set. You get what we never know. You know what I mean? Now I'm gonna have a couple people for him. We ain't having the gay best friend run on. Bitch! No. Hell no. But still, yeah. Yeah. When I suggested doing this, I said, yo, you could do it either with Joe or me. I'm down. I think she offered me the invite because I think she looks at me as her biggest hater. And by the way, the beauty of this too is that I'm gonna go into this shit super prepped. So it's gonna be a good time for me no matter what, right? But I do think she looks at me as like I'm her biggest hater. Like, yeah, he's the guy who's been probably spreading the most narratives that hasn't really helped me. And if I could either maybe not change my mind, but if I could, I don't even know how she's looking at it. She might be looking at it, well, I'll just make him look stupid. And if I make him look stupid, that'll do a lot for me. Or she might be like, well, if I get him to understand, maybe a lot of people who think like him will be able to understand, and that could, what? Who knows, all right? Who knows, man? Who knows? I see people saying, don't do it. Bruh, I'm telling you, there was a time, I'm telling you before, if Meek, yo, you know I wanted to sit with, but again, I never beg artists for content because it's never that serious. I'll talk about you more than I want to talk to you. But like, I've always thought, and think about this, if Meek Mill wasn't that egotistical and he was just like, yo, Ak, I want to have a conversation with you. And by the way, you know what, Meek to me, he's a really stupid nigga. Literally really stupid. But I've always said I like his interviews. His interviews, because he speaks very, not well, but he speaks to the plight of the niggas that live in the environment that he comes from. He speaks to where street niggas listen to him, and it's not about logic. It's about, yeah, that's a real nigga who's saying some real shit. Like, that's what you get when you watch a Meek Mill interview, right? I always thought that me and Meek could have had a good conversation, but his ego is too much. Like, you know, ego is one of the worst things that happen to rappers. Like, it's the same thing with Baby. I told you, like, I knew Baby's ego was out of this world. I don't care what or how humbly he purports himself to be. When he started calling me boy a million times, I was like, all right, this guy thinks he's the biggest guy on earth. I got to give Caresha the credit because egotistically, she could have just said, hell no, I don't want to sit with this nigga. Or, again, just not seeing how this could potentially help her. Because I do think that if we have a good conversation, I think it helps both of us, truth be told. I think there's a lot of these women who follow her that could probably be like, oh, you know, I listened to this guy. Like, he kind of was fair. And he had some critique, but he also, you know, he listened to your side. He listened, right? And I think those people could get a slightly more of an open mind about me. And I think 100% she could get the understanding of what people are critiquing her about instead of her just chalking them up as haters. And also maybe get her point of view. And that point of view would be, okay, this is why you've seen A, B, C, and D. It's not what it seems to be, is because of whatever. And, you know, it is what it is, man. It is what it is. Okay. Somebody said, Saucy Santana go slap the fuck out of you. Why I keep saying Nicki Minaj husband? What's going on with that? What about Nicki Minaj? I'm not annoyed by Meek. No, I just like, you know, I just like calling him stupid. Just because I really think he is. That's like, I don't go in on Meek no more, really. I just like calling him stupid. Just because sometimes you gotta really let a nigga know that, yo, you're the dumbest nigga in every room. And that's the, it's like, it's kind of like a nigga like Meek would think that you're just dumb. Shut up, nigga. You should have paid attention in class, okay? Anyway.